understands. No, do you agree with this report?
Um, it's my first time hearing this. So, like I said, it's been ages since I left Ghana. So, what I know is that probably so. I really don't know. It could, it might be true because I don't know how the system now is really working in Ghana, but I know things are really difficult. But how they run it in terms of the judiciary, I really can't say much on that one.
All right, all right. Me ne wodi nkomo bi na ubie mani wa ade bi ho. Wohwe
Yeah,
Ghana bibi ba beto
yeah.
ho na ye pese ye sorry etia. I don't know o abrochire. Sa oman ani nye bibi a ekoso a, how do they handle it? Me pese me ho oman ba ni nyina.
Um,
Quite on
the,
first
one,
comparing to Ghana.
okay. One thing is that the MPs, oh, we've got our prime minister. The MPs know it doesn't really matter whether Omoye under the, like, let's say you were a conservative party that's with the prime minister, right?
All right.
The BB Air Kosuna and yeah, they will side with a different party, which is, let's say, Labour, and
Okay.
say no, we're not happy with whatever thing he has signed for, and that it needs to go back to the drawing board. So they don't say because they support almost at the same party, you know.
Yeah.
And almost to main kasa, and that they're scared that they're gonna lose their jobs. Nah, that's not how it works. Meaning to say the system is working, right?
Okay.
It's, you know, everything is in order.
Okay.
Like for instance, you know, in Ghana, where you have your people will campaign and come to you and say, vote for me, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. At the end of the day, you know, deliver the right? And you can't speak about it. But now it's up to the citizens to rise up in your community. Let's say you have an MP, let's say MPP one in one particular whatever, probably MPP or CPP, whichever party it is. Okay. Now, how do you communicate with your community? Because I had them, you know, they communicate with us. Okay. When we're not happy about something, you know, and we go to them, they try and rectify it. They make sure, say, okay, the council in charge, you know, why is this person complaining? How do we resolve that issue? And then it gets resolved, and then you get an apology later. Do you understand me? Which means, you know, they're there to work for the people. But we need to know our rights as citizens in Ghana. Because at this time, you know, it's only a few. Majority name them say it is your power that brings these people to sit in those chairs that they are sitting on. Do you get me? So we need to educate them and let them know, say, when they say, vote for me, I'm going to do this for you, and they come and they don't do it, you know, you have every right to go there. Not in a violent way, but just to address that issue that, listen, things needs to be done in our community.
I don't know. Let me come in here.
Okay.
Ghana, before we proceed, no, Chairman Freeman, me pacha mo akwaba.
Me Joseph David.
Me na bibia bako.
Bibia bako na so.
Bako Ghana whole problem in chale me I don't want to think a lot about Ghana BMO because sometimes as a yam why you overstress. Yeah, but before I proceed, no, my main concern 1 2 be fan or the saying Ghana for kakra. Me wa hanom na minya report bi say enkofo say enyankofo wonom a wo mo gina manan mu wo Ghana me clean up campaign no wo mo contribute wo mo do ma hoodin wo mo nyansa eboa yeko sunwane yeko takrade yeko Cape Coast yeko voter region ene other yina keka ka ho na wo mo prapra honom no obi say onam no say on say ohene David clean up campaign no on say went man here mo ya mo papa wasuafo me sanitation minister ada na Ghana fo bi mo ti mi say Se wantumi anye aboa obi na yi ne sika wa abrochire se monye na mo san prapra ba bia mote akwa se boga bi wo ha no wasifie organa wasum makogum wodam wo san ne ema toilet ye ma masen afre no boga breska ne ye se nyi toilet na ya ne no ebi ne ye no wuti binim aboa ebini ne toilet ball am futura ekumo gisa ohene David ayala la sula la sresere nkrofo ati abrochire mesira mo Mimi enko kumase yenko pra almost Otumfour mo enantim because omo ti ballem enye jimi a onipa na ese opra ma wo wotinam no wantumi anko bisa na hwe wantumi amusa na accountability me amesra me abeboa no se me ma me ya o se ohini David yantumi anye wonni ne usi shege mwa wodi emeba mo so ene ye me program intime menkasa ponche se o wantumi anye kwa sua hunu menkasa sister ya ne di nkomo wunim no me kan niam a waya amafaya from above a enya asem ketwa ayi chama free mind ayi ya sha asie omo hwe me followers hwe me mumu dodo asen na madirect mo say si epesika dia kwa akopra kem kosunya ne hefa me se monfa mere me ha mumu dodo asen mo ya pe me say hefa na apese enko o si o me yaburu ni ntimpese bia enko sunyan me say je asumesi number abaya ne ya send dia kosi no won sa ka o se ya me sa ka me say mo bi o mbetimi ayusu no 4 times 3 times esape no aka kire me nti obi foforo de bi ba na maka akɔhye ho na ekɔ ha tingrofo kra frɛ mo si o mo mpa foto ba ko bi na enkogum se hafo hia bi ni ade na afi mo hwɛ enye da nyina mpo na nipa benya sika ne ade chale Ghana fo agimi o chairman Ghana fo agimi o ye dimo Ghana fo agimi o
asemu abribia ye kana but ne da bia me kase ne ntia ye kasa no asa ye wo omo a omunim nyansa ho ade na omo a omunim nyansa no asa they have been trapped among ejimifo no nti omo omunim nyansa nti na ye kasa e ka ejimifo ne nko ade anka ho can nobody cares David can nobody cares but
na wo me boa ma wo wuti bininum enka we ya me bae sese wunim ya tuto equipment no what you say niema ye de prama ne ye no ya tuto ni nyina akosunwan a eye set ukọ ha eye set even Wellington boot and how do we call it sa boot ya ye shedi eye ni nyina ya ready wo baby bebre enti ka munya ye no se sika ma ya nti wo say me first camera ukọ a wo de beto aduane adi ansa na wakopra wonya kwasoa
Messi David ukọ abrochira communal labor bi ni broni unim communal labor system na ye adwuma fa ball abesi wo fi anim almost every bia day bia no bola ka ba bigina ho afa akọ very simple communal labor clear very size bien ojuma na ejuma keke
onipa baako me follower onipa baako a me mpese me boni din akwala baako o follow ya ne ho kire yen wako bie shop amano cosmetic shop akwala ne say wo ye adwuma did I come to solicit or me be business sika fro nipa baako pe na itu ne ho si ono aye sa de no masa enkofo wa kire they want to help Ghana but Ghanaians are not helping themselves enkofo ese mu busa omo ya accountable and say omo ye responsible for sa development ne adi na no they have failed. I have been saying this repeatedly say se Ghana fo e wa brochire ye kan ya no tuma na say ye jai sika mane 1 year pe Ghana fo nyina be sister Yvonne wa say o sister say Ghana nye o ye den hu say Ghana nye what here wo ye adwuma na o de hwe nkofo Ghana ya bia ade so mani sika kofi Ghana fo ye muwa dodo but Yvonne say ne me pese ye kanie me pese meja o mu enti chairman free mind o ha ti me de ko hana me de aba ha so we no wa de na pese o kwa because chairman free mind ono no waso na obaye so we na wa bra apagya wonsa na me excuse you now de kokonu musu what
okay
very good and this is how we are going chairman
David
wa badia ma menka bi menfa bibi enkyere okakra na afi yanka dwumadie no entum ye beko ne kakra say ya ene Otumfour a wodi 23 years e wo fimu ye beka ho asem omo ho ahoa no e wo kumase Adagraja be pie mu abrochire amenua obaya na brabo ni o na wote ne je Adagraja o se tumi wo fie tumi na wo fie no wo hye mpaboa wo ntumi ne nko chairman
David sa na dress ni no o di double check e be chi no
Abawe otas ye on na wo ha no a wa bɔ ne credit card sa credit card we mi wo bi ukɔ me Instagram page a me de akɔ akɔto ho ma bɔ bi pen kwa de bi we ma bɔ bi pen obi a wudi sɔfo wo Ghana bia no ade we ye common ajagraja na aboabo ankrofo ma no kane na ka ba yes lodge for yi ukɔ Nigeria movie ma yes we o mo ye ifo asika durofo ne ade da bi wo sha asie sei oh, you be one. Say one man, 1 year one. Share other photo na dance on. Credit card baby akakobo. Ye two near the akobo no maso. And or dia de bia abobo no to set talisman. You conform. Enti Ghana no say one man 1 year one ye. Ya hu ne ye no abo adoma no. Ai anche na car budan American car. Utia so ba ko a petrol ebenom no. Enya asem ketewa. So ayi ehye dade bibi bobɔ bonisisi. Atuntonton banku ni ade. Sesia no wayeye. Chairman di kikiri wa ba be pie mu abrochi na mika asa abrochi a wa ba ide oba a wan shempaboa obeduru ya waje ni boot kama on e gina on chairman mi jama
yo David and I made this photo way to my page and my man very nice caption many say Ghana for do na me ya dream because as time is going on Ghanaians are beginning to see the lies in these so-called prophets and Adagraja call for kakre be the bar comments spectrum as I said now. So those people are negligible. Yeah, you see, I don't know what Ghana for now and say, you were a dear in our whole David, Sabi Obenom sa and your bonnet now so obo mane bro so a beya bonnet. And yet bonnet say obey religious. Now so when you become an extremist in religion, a honor bonnet Adiga babyano. Extremism enya dia eboa muntie bie pa oni obebia no extremism enya dia eboa Adagraja oti Ghana ohye na ne ntade ko na wanya sword be no bi de ahye ne ho na wo ku anantwie na ode ayi kwantre bo kwansemu na onante form ni ade odru abrochire enya dia obetumi abo sa abra no ho enti yemisi enwo se ma memfam nko a little bit of ABR spirit, soon we are saying spirituality. How you guys understand it? Say we are emra na all Ghana no. Now on nanti from your sad nyomano because or born ho buying every abeyfo any abonsamfo ho a. Ibisa Ghana for say Adagraja oko abrochire no abeyfo ntumi nkwa abrochire ho ana and I say the witches in Ghana cannot cross the ocean. Na ho Bible na audit Ghana no edi enti na one for the same ho Bible anko broni krom na ebo ogodu broni krom de wearing jeans pampe agi the jacket address kama wo capital edit Ghana for. Let me tell you something. This is the kind of system we are talking about. So in the white man's country, no matter who you are, the system will force you to conform. Even if you are the most stupid person on earth, the moment you enter the white man's country, the laid down procedures and the system of the white man will force you to behave like a rational human being. Enti Adagraja kwana wakwa abrochira washe jeans ashe buta or chino obroni krom pudi adanse say sa enkonyana oyu Ghana no eye foko because onim say baby okoye no sa ni nkonyana no sell. If Adagraja was to dress the way he did and go to US or wherever he is, and the authorities will catch him, say maybe he belonged to Nollywood or he belonged to say those actors and actresses are more active game of thrones. I said, don't have seemed to be a comic actor. It is animal or yet when you say Ghana and Kwana or target market, you cannot go and dress like this in US. People will see you to be a bad man, they will catch you and take you to the mental hospital. Or maybe the Hollywood stars will come for you to go and act Game of Thrones. Because this kind of dressing is Game of Thrones dressing. What you must say? It must say, and your man muti Ghana mo in the name of belief, in the name of assume, in the name of religion. The white man who brought you that religion doesn't behave like the way you do in Ghana. They dress very well and go to work and they are making money. I grab that now social media catch the Ghana for you now say the secret draw of the world. If we are see a secret draw anywhere dream. If we are say what I would say, Nyami bina a bomb, Nyamina or bomb or the idea to trim you. This is something very simple for humans to understand. Eti Atakwada should need a David. Yen Casabe ho, when Bravo Chevy Ghana for any. Sam the concert in our Ghana. I want to be able to go as a Bruni has no time for concert. And they are say me your deep for. My share red and I saw the notions and Manchester and actor. You cannot go and do comedy, this kind of comedy in America. You can't go and do this kind of comedy. You know, people are thinking, wow, head dress. I don't know what they say to I don't know one fact, the same dress in Uncle Butchery. And I said, Opa Butchery, no, and I can send you almost try a moeti rough for Ghana. What they go to US. And I said, go to Europe and treat animals in that manner. You will see where that will lie. Because our Brofo system no, is in such a way that everything in the white man's country is protected. Animals are protected, plants are protected, water bodies are protected, lands are protected, humans are protected. All these are evident enough. Say, Master, stop following them. Senka a draw we are say bulletproof or day show we are see. Anka companies will not evolve to create bulletproof vest for security personnel. The fact is said, yeah, this is editor a bulletproof vest. Any man so that for the police property and dance here say, oh, there she be any baby, oh, there she be any baby, oh, there she be any baby, on TSC, they begin to us.
Ruby, Ivan, me pacho, sorry, UK.
No.
I didn't tell sorry. And you, Uber Cobra and Sam Jamu. Was it? I said, no, I can't in the United States, Sam Jam Crown, or you need to want to know.
No, me quite sorry because
yeah,
I mean, yeah, Juma Wahanam say it's all about work and being what I believe in, being grateful, waking up, and you know, I don't need to go to church. And most of our churches,
what are you talking about? This is not good. You were born in a Christian country, you understand?
No. Me, even when I was young, no, I didn't believe in all those things. I swear down. I had issues with the Bible when I was young. I used to ask questions. Why?
Wait. Did I hear you start saying that? You had issues with the Bible.
Yeah. I'm being truthful. I'm not gonna lie. I had issues with it. I remember when I turned 6, my grandma gave me a Bible, and I'm like, why? Because when you go to church, what they say and stuff, I'm like, so if God knew this was gonna happen, why did He create all of us? And then when I ask those questions, they're like, well, God knows everything. I'm like, no, if He did, there won't be no sin. Okay? So why kill this person? Why this? I don't want the Bible. And my grandma was just looking at me. I said, I don't want it. So, yeah, I don't go to church. And but most of our African churches here.
You believe in spirituality? Do you believe
I believe in spirituality. I love spirituality. But they've made it look like spirituality is demonic. But these people practice spirituality over here.
Which people are you talking about?
Otumfour.
Okay.
They practice spirituality. They believe in spirit guides. They believe in, you know, when someone transition, they and you know that kind of a thing in Africa. But here they see it as your loved one is there to protect you. Do you understand what I mean? So I'm like, okay, so how come say we appreciate that and then we don't appreciate ours?
Okay.
Have you heard
about this man before?
I saw him on social media, but I don't listen to him.
Okay, it's all right. We have a lot to talk about. Very, very important issues to talk about.
Let me add something small to Nia Back.
Yeah.
Because Ghana 40 as I say, and I said, Nyamisumbi or if there is anything like worship of God, we Africans got to know God before the white man. Because when they came here, we were more spiritual. Like this woman is saying, there is difference between being religious and being spiritual. You see, a religious person doesn't care taking knife and cutting the head of an animal just because the religion orders the person to do so. But the spiritual person will understand the say there is a connection between a human being and an animal. Therefore, don't treat an animal that way. The way you feel pain if your something is being cut, it's the same way the animal will feel pain. So if you want to be given respect because you have emotions and you feel pain, you have to be able to give that same respect to the animal. So there is difference between being religious and being spiritual. Time when African, the whites were people who could even sleep with animals. They were very barbaric. They feared nothing. They behaved like animals. Now when they came, we were more spiritual. We were more of respecting nature. That is why those days now you are saying like I say, Ebia and then abone, Sada with Emma will be uncle flu. Sada boneno, the earth and the waters will have time to replenish themselves. Those days nobody used to pour rubbish and garbage into the the waters and shit in the waters and whatever. But and then because we have lost that spiritual connection with nature.
Adabrada when you Adabrada when you and was that saying and dinner just what this can share and term and we are bobo. What food brim nequatic. What answer that question with? Mama answers that question with Obi. Say, Obia type is a free mind. Don't you eat meat? Was that animal not killed? I eat meat. Me say, Menkaza killing is bad. Even those who are vegetarian, they also kill because plants also have life. You kill plants, but your pipe ya fast swauku aboa. Minya, come on, yenye kumwa. Software software preference among kind software or better kufano home come so be we are who and say no Ubewuna or the second to Abua minimum, Abua wuyo, no amount, what was a sad in actually Jamu Shin and the Monoso. These are the kind of barbaric things that we are talking about. There's a way to kill an animal, even a nipper crown for your mercy killing. If you go to the hospital and you are suffering too much, you can opt for mercy killing. You sign and they give you a very good form of killing now, feeling much pain. So there is difference between killing and killing. When someone is being tortured, the person dies. But if somebody is being given some slow poison, the person also dies. There is difference between the two. In the latter, the person feel too much pain. So let us stop causing too much pain to animals in the day say, and they won't read Namuana. It's a stupid question. All right. Yvonne, now, or the saying, Sewabruni issues na kokosono. Or your bar, UK, how do they treat women? And Mentias say, Nienta Mibusasa Sebueno. Kwame Nkrumah was in, is it Hyde Park or Hyde Park? Can you remind me?
Hyde Park, Hyde Park.
Hyde Park. Which means now Koka feeling. And when a JB Dankwa, I have Kufado Nana now and the Diabeno. Echo Kwame Nkrumah. Woman, I know what kind of feeling. Mom who say, this guy will up a change into Sadia Yanko Fanemra, Emanemra Messi woman. Waba, which means, say, Abrocha anom na Kwame Nkrumah ehu niema oni broni betina ye no san kokon agye ne man efi abrofo nsem adentia enei yesi ya ye free na mumu bebre atu kwan apa abrochire mo ti UK ye nkolo nya amasese omo enti omo sua ahwe free UK na nkwohwe Otumfour nkrofo mo ku UK na nanom adehye ku UK ani animdifo a omo ku UK o ma be ko school ani broni ananti agi broni nim de beti samre omo mpe papa bi amfa magana enti mebusa se say me treaty ema e wo UK ade ho ye nhwe ma ya na agimifo edoso wo UK sa.
Honestly, if this incident happened with UK, that person would have to stand down. They would have to resign.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they will, because now no ASana all they need party no. At the same time, the people, they're looking at the people, right? Yeah, they respect the citizens as well. They will start writing petition that no, we don't want this person as our prime minister, or we don't want this person as our way. With shame, they'll walk away with dignity and stand down for someone else to fill in their position. And also they would not judge the woman. You need to hear both sides. You don't just throw her under the bus. Here the system works. In Africa, it isn't. We quickly judge and insult the person, blah, 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 and whatnot and whatnot. So, yeah, they would not have treated her like that. But as someone in a high position, and look at what happened to one of our, but it has disappeared. And during the COVID, he broke the law. They set a law for us not to go out or travel hours away. And then he went to meet his mistress. And this paparazzi snapped a picture of him, and then it went on social media, and he had to resign. Okay, so here the system works. You don't hold onto position because you're in power and you're a big person. When you do wrong, you will step down. I'm sorry. That's how it works here. Democracy. So if we are trying to adapt Western style, I don't know why we don't want to go by it. We only do it like, we only do it like, in our brochure, right? But when it comes to our country, we want to do it like, no, a human right doesn't work. Black man's mentality, what I say is fine. Whether I do wrong, I still stay in power, But the only people that can make that change is we, the citizens, honestly. When we all rise up, it's not about being this party, liking this party or whatever. We need to stand because we're not doing it for ourselves, but for the next generation to come. They will benefit. We might not, but we have to make that change and say enough is enough, because they see us as saying, pound 1 minute and then that's it. We'll forget about it. But brochure for them, no, they don't. They'll keep pushing, and they listen to the people's outcry. And they don't want their image to be tarnished in front of other, foreign countries.
Okay.
So they have to just say, hey, look at Boris Johnson, what he's done. He's apologizing. They're like, no. So it is shaking the pounds a little bit. They say they want him to step down just because he had a party. Whereas people are not allowed to have a party in their homes because of the COVID.
Boris Johnson in the Corona era, no, or party you saw the bibini baby so Ghana news why or moko bu o mu say no.
When people number 10, where A and number 10 or celebrity the birthday, and apparently lots of people were there. So in Crofona, like when they lost someone and they couldn't go, they missed out, and then you set the rules and then you broke the rules. Do you understand what I mean? So people are saying he needs to step down. Even most of his people as well are not happy with him. The citizens are not happy. But that's the thing. They are not oppressing you not to talk. Okay? They hear you. They don't come and arrest you and say, why are you saying this? And do you understand me? So if we want to go by that, then we need to do as the Western do and just step down.
Before I bring Free Mind in, I heard you said our style of demonstration. Can you say something about that? Okay. What is wrong with our kind of demonstration?
I know my people might be angry, but don't get me wrong here. When can I speak?
Yeah. We have a dream.
Okay. Care or protest, right? And you want someone to take you seriously or take that couple seriously. You want people to take you. You don't play. You don't go and be dancing and because when you go to Westminster, you see people chanting, holding posters and whatnot. You don't see people playing music and dancing because they want to be taken seriously. Okay, when you're doing Jama things and dancing and doing those, our leaders don't take us seriously. That's why I'm saying that they see us as 1 minute wonder. Okay, how are they gonna take us seriously? And we have to be persistent. I'm sorry, I don't want people to get me wrong here, but the message they understand is that we are not serious. That is what we're putting out there. Okay, but our persistence, our seriousness will let these people know that, hey, they've had enough. But if you're going to protest and you want somebody to give you something, I'm sorry, then you remain where you are. Forget about your stomach. That means you're going to be bought every time.
So how do you suggest, just 30 seconds, how do you suggest we should do our demonstrations?
When we're doing demonstration, let our crowd people do this, okay? I don't like it where we want to organize people from Kumasi to come, or we want to organize people from different distance to come. Our crowd people should do this, and then Cape can do this as well another day. We have to be serious. There has to be persistence going on, and stop all this the drama and the partying and you want change. You're hungry, right? That is why you're fighting for this to happen. But if you want somebody to give you something before you come, then that change, we're never gonna get it. I'm fortunate enough to be in abroad, but I want change. I love my home no matter what. Ghana is Ghana for me. Do you understand what I mean? I want to come to Ghana and be safe, okay? Because I'm in my house. I don't have a metal gates or whatever it is, okay? My kids goes to school. They get the best education. What is happening to our kids? So these are the things that we need to list down and say, this is what we want. But we have to be serious about it.
Okay, Chairman Freeman, I hope you heard whatever my sister was saying. What do you have to say about it?
David, obey the comment there about Bill, about say this girl is beautiful, pal. Anyway, I just heard. And in one of her, but Mestre on your prayer warrior. Why? Somebody Ghana by my prayer warrior. She's not a prayer warrior. According to Ghana standard, on your maritime material because of one pie or pass. Sorry, why? Mestre, you were yeah. I'll just add something to Nia Bayakin or say the demonstration, and I sincerely agree with her. It's something that we must look into. So the more question, and don't tell you what say can say near break for that's why near break. Okay, that's not true. Near break. What because the main purpose of demonstration, is to channel your grievances to the government. Say, I buy no foul serious. Now almost service our issues now. It was when near break when I was affiliate. So look, and twerking near Dennis said in Semuna Mudia. How do you want the government to take you serious? So already we are demonstration, across UK, money US money are there. Far different from the way Ghanaians organize demonstrations. In the US, you see them chanting, certain powerful songs and holding placards and whatever. And they don't suluku and boo bomopa and say Sasania. Now who say and then this for ye be our united that form na yes and I said say muna yedi. When you do that, the government will not be forced to take you serious. I was said you're looking so much into, and I feel I believe so much in strike. Say my 4 airport strike ya DBI make us a number 4 say a buying more than demonstration. But Ghana is say so united in over even teachers union crampoa. They say you watching you went this before and they went people they say only that make us say you strike. Now you find trouble and say you catch you living standards in your abiding see to those things. I was not NDC for no, and I said no. If NDC is in power, the NPP wing of that union bear say and I said time one of my crab was I'm not there. We time we was to once and now instead of them to be come together, be united and do the strike to show to the government say when you bring piano there is disunity, there is division. I keep saying say bro.
And that is say Majiwa Dipa none other than teacher Kofi teacher could raise consent beer. Nanka was a teacher now some no more pushing for change. Oh, now we have me dem go kai be say o na me hu say me ka ho say you say and da bia wo na we actually come now Mr. President, this is the kind of people what our children are living in. They are sitting on the best floor. Abua teacher go do raising concern. They na esen ka o ye. Jimmy sema akwa. To aso na for understand connect.
Oh, we understand because David, there is no unity among them. I'm not trying to not grat teachers union and a concern why so many groups that may say watching you know you NDC you NPP. So when you tell them something, if NPP is in power, the NDC will be the ones to obey. The NPP people will never obey. Meanwhile, no, say na ka boom. Now say adiena no all of them will benefit. So NDC new, so NPP new. They will not say yeah to a teacher for a now you told NDC for one DM NPP. There be everybody will benefit. But Ghana for no. Some are so idiotic to the point they say your far party they say the way yes your far religion whereby ye passport on go for shoe money jiniene ye didn't so there no people go for so was the same way and I dia called party system. And you know sometimes you know in as much as you blame religion and other things. Yeah, now you blame you speak a crap because they also have the same religion. But practicing Ghana for Ghana for the time too extremist.
Yeah.
Them go say shape panties ni brazier ni. Is we are too extremist.
Yeah, you see, like grandparents, there in the churches. Because they're lonely. You don't see young lads in all these white churches and stuff like that. But all call African churches now, Yehovah. Go see our people. And what hurts me the most, in over here in abroad, when you go to a black church and maybe you need help and I say bibisa na bibisa will say taita hina uchia. But then when you go to white churches, like refreshment in terms of wait. Service only 1 hour. Are you okay? Is there anything you need? They want to help you. If they can't, they'll refer you to a charity organization that would help you in terms of whatever you need. I'm not because of this COVID, I'm sorry, it's just a little bit I'm deviating here. This COVID, right? In Kurana Befiena, our Monko school, no, Yabemo voucher. I work.
More voucher, but if one or more has a baby, Omonte voucher, and I think so.
Voucher, I need to say, Sika, whereby Obe choose the supermarket or pese or shopping. It could be Tesco, it could be Morrison. So the number of kids you have, and then Omo will feel for 2 weeks now. You remember 2 weeks worth because uncle Omama crying because you feel say okay pressure. This is what the government has done, and they would with your email address and everything, always send this out voucher. And if it's £90 voucher, they'll send it to you.
Okay.
Regardless of you working. Okay. Yeah, they send it ama in Colano. So and even so, people are complaining, say they want more. Do you understand me? And I'm like, wow. I've got my people back home and Omonia way. And you've got it, and you still like do you understand what I mean?
Okay, so in this COVID, no, unya benefit what are some of the benefits?
When I came home, let's say when my shop closed, I was on furlough. So even though I mean full pay, I had full pay. I just resumed work. So yeah. I just started work in January. So I was getting full pay. And then when I came back, and then I took my holidays before the financial year.
What's next?
Almost 2 years.
Yeah, my wo, Krobena me go free me, ready. Yeah.
So
David.
our parents know.
Yvonne, 30 seconds.
Our parents know. Ewo Ghana no needs to fight for their children. You know.
I'm fighting her. Yvonne.
Yeah.
Oh, what number, rather?
It's very sad, David. Very, very, very sad. Now, we'll say we'll be a comment on YouTube. I'll say one day demonstration will not do anything. Time why you could George Floyd, you know, America 4-year demonstration continuously for even almost a month. And I agree with Nipa now trust our comment, you know. One day demonstration I and say ya 2 year hugu montin so say ya toasoa to say aban no betie yesufre. You go kwa one day pena ko didi na akoda onya hwe. Onya hwe akwada sabi ye na krebo for ya fasting. O so adopa no adidi. Na the whole day say you are fasting. According to me onya hwe because you ate. So it is easier to go to the day without food because you wake up at dawn to eat. It is all for your demonstration or tell ba ko pa onya hwe. So these are some of the things also you see. Next time no ye bibi sa na you plan this.
Na before me de man no be si no sister Yvonne say unya nwie me boa.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hwade we akufo ado na kan sa asem we nti na momie no momfa mo de emra mba mesi we sei no so
say men bi wo ho ekro bi wo ho a adwuma nim ema ye mabru a kaniki asem beto so ma da ma bi. Their friend of Arab Spring. Arab Spring. Started with Tunisia. Young boy, I think 23-year-old boy. Awako school. Enya degree. I say. Unye Juma. And one day in protest on Washington. Can you imagine the level of desperation involved in Nipa? So what I say? I say we are seeing na ya basa unhu ni das wo bia unhu bibia be ama etino o show ho ade akasem a che omanfo na no bae no e ti se eja wo Tunisia because na kofo bebre te so no e bia won e wo mamu sa tam ni hu ni sa enso na kofo
say no abo wa tiri na wa ya
when all kind of samama and here so near associate every own shame and no and if it's here the man North Africa this Arab Spring no by it's everyone's
German so what you
Martin of
No, I didn't understand what he said in the tree, so Pacho Freeman
Yeah. What he was saying was any nation which does not provide jobs for its youth is doomed, to let's say experience mayhem, chaos in the future. He was comparing that to what happened in the Arab Springs, where a young person set himself ablaze because of harsh economic conditions and unemployment and what have you. So that's basically what.
And did you hear the way you were talking? And you know this is up there. Not one of us. Okay, come back to them. Yvonne, and that is it. Do you have anything to say? Then the country has all jobs. Something bad is going to happen. Then that is one thing. You know, everything. Oh.
No.
And when corresponding to what demonstration now we have to do something extreme. We don't pamper them. That is it.
Yeah, I mean, we need to take it seriously.
Yes, the youth have to rise. We ask them, Sadia way, who is in charge? A few way, one is opera. Now somebody come with sanitation minister. Otumfour feature home. Bola na aye tabam wo na mudi ni tie num burudu When I was talking to one to say, movie, ya na mo chiche subordinate workers no, and I say a deputy no, mo di ni tia she board num 3 minutes. Opie ya na na adwene kankan asi ni tim because if you na man brain damage na mo jeje omo so na mo ti fin nim. Kai. Chairman, wo bibi kan na e call the next
ne American senti Ekufuado na onimwe nyina na afi Ghana for the to me man no hwe ono so ne ya oye ene Ghana youth say that Ghana omo adwuma ye okasa Ghana for say ai okwa brochira enya aban na adwuma say aban be bie enuma ma the citizens in Ghana so sa but they knew. And when they were reading their manifesto, they knew, but they told you they promised you jobs. Until that omnim said, and ya ban said they said we providing you man or put that same so promising you man. Mama you cannot correct. It's for your own benefit. It's for your own good. Okwa brochira aban no edu level bia muntio. Aban said I'm providing in because we be a system in such a way say easier to grow. Easier to be an entrepreneur. Easier to grow. Whatever you choose to do, you have government support. Even if you are not working and at home, you still have government support. But Ghana, that system doesn't exist. So if the government, want the people to have entrepreneurial mindset, the government must be ready to create a conducive environment to enhance that. You know, just sit in Jubilee House and say, Ghana for now could be a Duma when they can't even access loans. Ghana na open funeral loan and they dimika yet me a whole advert on radio and TV say bank we say uhia funeral loan abra pesika dia koye yi abra now so menti bi da say obi yese we wie school na so oni adwuma na say pesika de ahye adwuma se abra na ye ma obi menti bi ta abibia funeral loan these are the issues we must address as a country.
Yeah, local businesses, they are meant to protect local businesses. But it's all crumbling down. So honestly, but it's up to the citizens, right, to take this seriously, because they can make that change. But they need to make that move. Without them, they need to make that move. In terms of yes, it doesn't really matter because all the parties okay, and do you know one thing that I don't want to mention names, but when you challenge, let's say, someone higher than you, right?
Okay.
And let's say your constituency, they're supposed to release money to do whatever needs to be done. They'll sit on it. So the people that voted for you, like maybe someone higher than an assemblyman is secretary of what? Is it secretary or something, state secretary? I don't know what it's called. Then they'll sit on it and not give it to you to allocate to what needs to be done in maybe North Carnation or Jamestown, all those places. They'll sit on it. So that then...
May follow no power.
Okay. So then the people will go angry. Oh, in voting humble, you didn't do anything. I voted for you. You didn't do anything for me. But they don't know the people at the higher up are the ones sitting on the money, and then they share it among themselves and not do what they're supposed to do. So this is where we need to get up and say, Charlie, come on, man. Enough is enough, because they don't want, okay, I don't want to lose my job, so I'll just keep quiet. But that's not how it's supposed to be. So that is what has been happening. And it's still happening now. Like, it's still going on.
All right. Chairman, let
me throw my main casa 1 minute pay about Massidia Becana, my family, and the next one.
Okay.
Unim said, baby, me way, me catch me fiance Ghana, say, Obinya, yeah. Yet make a loan at the Kosiani pan, or say on TV da funeral loan, or say how do you borrow money to go and dispose of the dead on TV da? Nairobi the former president, Mwai Kibaki, died, I think, when did he die? when he came back there. Oh, you know, within 3 days' time, he was laid in state. Oh, you know, if he died on Monday, by Wednesday, they were done with everything. The man was laid in state. They don't waste time on dead body, you, David. They don't waste time. They partner worry and for so bad on a soprano, changing in a 1 week celebration, and a 1 month celebration, and a 1 year, and a man would be Jawood would in say. Yes, she answer. I do that one say. I do Jawood in say. Can't you survive? Or be what? You bet you sister, and a funeral, and Nipatia say, I am one dead just so. To the sense that banks are even ready to give you loans to bury the dead than to give the youth loans to start up business. There are so many youth in Ghana, they have business idea, but could the capital to start is not there.
Yep.
What are you talking about? Ghanaian youths are not lazy. They have the ideas. They are not stupid, but the capital is not there. These are the issues we are talking about for crying out loud. Yeah, Castle bit Yabochena or come Barbadash. Ghana ya Frabochena Bra. Kwasia Bani. Ghana ya Frabochena Bra.
Kwame Nkrumah di Ghana.
I'm saying, we have a trouble chain and this slow man from our dreams and I'm about Damos a day. Ghana, yeah, Frabochena Betnagan. What's the assembly? Yakasa. When we talk with passion. Jimmy, but I'm school. David, David, you school, Metra Ghana for 6 good years, Menyajuma. Metra Ghana after school for 6 good years. If you send me school, I did procurement and supply chain. Me set, me practicing that. These are the issues we are talking about. Me a procurement officer, me certificate that I have never ever practiced after service. 6 good years, now I'm Ghana. Now me did mate on a backhoe machine. These are the issues you are talking about. From Ghana, nonsense. Don't let me get angry. Early morning, you be WhatsApp. No, be asking no what you na or come WhatsApp me kwasiasem. Free one about Ghana. Kwasia Ghana ye bra.
Simple as that. Simple as that. Na kwasia we tie Yohana report we pese e kan wasem na emunsem ne yen kan yes Ivan mbacha wo.
I'm here.
Okay. Ghana judicial subject to unlawful influence, corruption, officials took bribes and
we are Ghana. Now, 60 something years after so-called independence, one can yet self-reliant. You can't even sustain your own economy. Abribiano, you run to the white man cap in hand. Now, say bronina a feed you dear. Then you have no right to tell the white man not to interfere in your affairs because I feed you. If I am a rich man and you the poor man, you keep coming to me for money. I have only 2 children. You have 10 children, and you are still giving birth to both. And I tell you, Seminia, sound kwadana o doduono, and no can be na ama here with the giant kwadaduono. Awo, send a bear as a boy who say at least me boy. Nasa will say, Mini right is a catcher say giant kwadaduana o na one cassa what you boom, what you yejuma. Because I feed you. Anybody who feeds you has control over you, whether you like it or not. And one thing Abrafunu is GMO. Let me go there a little bit. And one thing Abrafunu is GMO system. A time is coming. Send me a right now, Kodi Abrafunu and Samoa. That will be the beginning of gargantuan everlasting sin. Because when they have the food, you cannot remain hungry. So if you need the food, then bow down to me, I give you the food. It's a young Kwasia Samu say, Ubako Broni, Chester Mamisika, Franco. Meka sebo mamisika emfanko gabe me mai na se broni ma osika wi na se wo ya ade anya na se broni ne kan wasa ka che broni ne se uni right se obe ka che me na menye eye stupid arrogance eye nkwasi asam ne mu asem na ka se papa de ni super free o
professor eni one o no abua sei hwe nanim jobe we woda obeta na ju pu sa ma de ache
and what would in Russia? Russia force ya dear home. It's American not to force me in country in China. Ya dear home. Say, is it today or yesterday? Omakati a gas supply to Poland and one country because they have told to pay them in Russian rubles or the Russian currency. It is what they want. People will not even interfere your affairs so much. David. Germany awuti wona oba obra me feed you mensani usika da mensani ka preda it mean to me so en kan kira woni aye basaka bosmi bia na me mane o rent me na me tua na me tonta de shewa I can tell David Germany opa otekra me ni ho free Germany quality because Italy dey bia obenya aduma ye se na bia won had biem. So if you are heavily dependent on somebody, you cannot tell the person not to interfere in your affairs. Are you bullshit? Are you bullcrap? Where was it? Papa, nisu free or penny hunu penny toto. Was it about put a nisu free or?
What didn't quite say no kind of catch one out to a sister I or the same if on me patch out for Kakra so as also free mind their training team. I think you understand everything that happened.
Yeah, I mean, that money that was given to them was to go into the economy to help businesses, to help the community, to help schools, to help children and whatnot. So where did that money go to? So if they're saying that money has been mismanaged, that it's going to individuals' pockets now, then US certainly knows what it's talking about. So that's all I can say. Because over here, they help schools.
Sorry. The schools,
kids that don't have laptops. But if you have it, fine. If you don't have and you go to the school, they'll give you a laptop. They'll give your child a laptop because that is the money they've put aside during the COVID to help. And I guess they gave that money to pump into the local businesses to help people and whatnot, and they didn't do that. So I think it's up to the Ghanaians to rise up and do what is right for them.
Answer me about Otumfour say to the case in so no. William said by Umiane Alanka say because of Omumi Nunti and Toka SC or NPP Minyasam Ketua. And the amount of phobia call for Baumia and Alanka's ticket. I don't really get what you're trying to say there, but Kakra me pese mekan I will say enti yankona memfa entoso I think I said this one so I don't know yan chance yan kan free throw na ti no be can say Nipa na wakasa no, ɔse he then
David,
added.
He added, in politics also, we all have our ambitions. Maybe it is my ambition to be a president, not a vice president. And so why do you bring me? Because I'm trying to contest to be a presidential candidate. Why do you join me with another person for me to become, say, a vice presidential candidate? So I don't know. It is easier said than done. Ambitions in politics is different. Somebody wants to be a minister. Somebody wants to be a vice president. Somebody's ambition is to become a president. And if his ambition is to become a president, maybe if you suggest to him to become a running mate, which will make him a vice president, he will say, thank you, I'm not interested. So that is the way I see it. Mpiani said. Nana Kumia, the managing director of STC, has indicated that a Baumia Alan ticket is the best combination for the NPP to go into the next election. He said it was clear that Vice President Dr. Mahamadou Baumia and the Trade and Industry Minister Alan Kojo Chiremante are the two.
Whatever, and one no,
All right.
Emma the whole picture. Enya improvement beyond free NPP abayho. They are thinking of next election, how to win the next election, how to break the 8. That's what they say. And breaking the 8, but not fixing our roads, not fixing our schools, not fixing the health sector, not fixing the joblessness, not fixing the mess. This is what they are saying. So, shall say free even. For no next election, I renew. And you penny papa or bury any mom. NPP.
Well,
for your NPP for.
Me, I don't support any political party. All I want is that they need to do right by the citizens. So if you come to power, I believe say no, according to our tradition, whereby you need to swear by the gods. Okay. If you want to become a president, they got Wulomo, I don't know what it's called, and all the gods, I swear, all the gods of our lands, they need to summon everyone. You have to swear by it. That when you come, you're not coming to steal the money, but you're going to do as you promised the people. So whoever that you assign for a job takes that money or whatever, misuses the money, then they know, because letting people swear on the Bible, they know it ain't gonna work. But then if you tell somebody you better swear by that one, swear by this one, swear by, I swear down, they ain't gonna do that because they know there's power in it. So they try to stay away from our tradition, but we need to enforce that because there's no truthfulness coming from these people, because they using Bible Christianity to make people go gaga and stuff like that. So I think we need to implement that. If you come to my constituency and you say our chief needs to they need to be serious and get up and be there for the community, right? If somebody comes and if you look at how your community is, your constituency, and you feel that it's not developing, then anybody that comes now, fine it. You need to, we have to do some kusum. Amamre, right? It's called amamre. Good night, son. You have to do the amamre, whereby you do some rituals to say, okay, Bano, the promises you made, you fulfill it. I think that will put people in check. Because words, they'll just say it and they'll not do anything about it. But if they do that, I mamre and the kusur and then they whatever, I swear to God, this will put people in check. I'm dead serious. And I think we should look into it.
All right. Chairman.
David.
We'll go for no next election.
Mamin bisa NPP for say. Dear Newman na omwa year omu breaki 80 pen omu breaki. Dear pa na NPP abai under Ekufuado. Omwa year almost say ye breaki 80 pen on breaki. Now 4 years last election no kra Last election, no crown pool, according to what is on the ground of crown pool. Let us call a spade a spade. Last election, because they could not come up with any credible data to dispute a new man and answer and someone entity for kind. What I said, 80 no break 80 now 4 years of Kabuya can by luck be named Chrono Nabudinya. Who break 8 with this government and I will break 8. More da. Hey, more da. Let me tell you something. Ghana will be tribalistic. Every tribe is kind of tribalistic. Now, so accounts in Ghana. And if you go into the accounts, Asantes are the main problem in this country. You know, right. Asante-4 are the main problem in this country. 2 days ago, I made a video. I think one best scouts. I'm saying I interview Kumasi Boy CB about several bronies and semi Osina. Utien Samamokanya, a book. Make sure say now, me vote for ideally bust my TV because it can be Thomas to talk about TV. Just say, and Kwasia Sampan Mokasa, Nasa Kufuado, where dear Wedi. Now the young grandma the body show. Wedi Aswadi, Wedi. Then we Jimmy. I am Mahama, some Nayakan Kabon Kasa Wedi. Then we Jimmy. I am Mahama, some Nayakan, Papa no answer Nayakan Asante-4 and Kabon Kasa Wedi. Papa no buy all the Kumasi radio stations, all the account TV stations. Papa no. Why? Because Mahama is not that. Not that they need power. Not that we need power. Not that they said or yaboa. Not that. Not that they gonna need boa. Papa no buy. We all spoke about it. Some men also get in among us and Mahama so they show we need to show mutu. Wa boom. Sabi Tracy Boateng so your bar. On your bar phones are ne no for more do ne warfare. When you Tracy Boachia or a cool man for me in warfare. It is a Mahama so putting Tracy Boachia Diane Kamahama so Jawadi and so nobody the Moka who was him. You guys are too hypocritical and unfollow not Tracy Babo and Senebabe ever disprove and I say obey defending Pono. Or my money quite cry. What's it, Papa? Money, Papa, everything begins with you people and ends with you people. Last time I said, Kume would go and some people come in Kume would go here. Because now, Ghana can have say, one movie industry called Gollywood. I then among Kwamo team, Mohona Kume wood, and as I say, they will say Kumerica. Let us call a spade a spade. We have problem too much. We have problem. We have more kind of problem Ghana. We have more kind of tribalism. Mashamoma, Kwaboche. Heavily tribal Asante-4. Maybe one can't tell me we are all the problem. What was a break 8? What was a breaking 1-8? Why is now breaking? Why is now breaking? What are you for the breaking 8? No, diabetes 4 we are. Diabetes 4 we now don't break 8. Diabetes are you almost sure say chabam. When you pay say chabam. NPP.
Okay, I think the problem we have is all the radio stations know a political way, right? And they what they're doing is that they keep fighting each other, and then MPP, NDC, whatever political party, and diverting people's attention to what is actually happening in Ghana. So people are more into the fight. Say, if no radio station is going to talk about what needs to be done, or any TV station is not going to talk about how our economy is, how the country is, and I think that people need to boycott it. Because all they keep doing is instigating. This one is saying horrible things about this party, this like publicly, like to people, but then behind closed doors, they are pals. Okay, so if they don't have anything proper to say or how to build an economy, how to grow the country, how to build infrastructure for people, for the poor, then I think we need to boycott all these radio stations because they don't talk anything. This thing in my house when you go is radio station. My sister will be talking You know, when you hear NDC talking or when you hear MPP talking and, you know, dissing each other and all those things, you know, I think we need to boycott all those radio stations because that's where they're making their money. You tuning in and listening to them, they're not giving you anything better. They're not saying what we can do to develop the country, and I think they need to be boycotted.
Thank you so much. Before I back on your last batch one, Mr. I was a winner share video now, wait to me, Asher, Pana, your monitor, Nafi, your fire, you made in Emre. Chairman, within the Eastern Onkoano, Nipa 36, road accident 36, and we are 269 injured. We or more player or motiasi, some comu we are crank because a bandia no more benefit be a sure more appear for ya. Se bombu se dien etu hui monko hwe o masitinem yese ba umiamo ko ho ekoye de ben is not true ene ya me no ka se enyasem ketwa omo bre papa enti nipa 36 Easter kwa Easter day 36 road accident ena 269 FM prepare me pa cha o bibika
David ne tie say Ghana crowd say ankayenya a very big cemetery. Also cemetery ayema, awuduma ayema. Ye here a gargantuan cemetery because nature has its own way of controlling population.
Wonderful.
Nature has its own way of controlling population. If we are saying only 3 things can kill you. Number 1, either you kill yourself. Number 2, disease or sickness. Number 3, chimie. Enti okwa abrocha yamfa say their population is being controlled so that they don't overgrow, they don't become too much on this planet. Over Ghana, so Jimmy they could Ghana for what you say. And Jimmy, no, you say, I will change your word. You see, I can Ghana, Obi, so I say, and I say, who did it, Carbon, and then I am a Ghana for, and now from a Chabuchin and Mocassa, and then I am a Ghana for. As if some are buying something, I'm going to buy. Enti David, I want to be so also I'm telling you, yes, Ghana for more. Let that bury them. I keep asking you, say, according to science, dinosaurs existed before the coming of human beings. It was an asteroid that came to take the dinosaurs out to give chance to human civilization. Where is that dinosaur? Where is the person who operated that that asteroid? That asteroid must come back to wipe out our race. We are the most useless. I'm coming wrong. And Ghanaians are number 1. We are the most useless. You get now free. We are tired. Yes. Who himself? Yemiaba ebony race who ye? Baby owu ye no. Yes you except nipa ansa de kwako siesi. Na kwasia ma we nye kasa bre enye nipa ba ko ekum nipa bebre sofo ni nuaba sofo bi ni nuaba ekum omo e wo the same spot kwasia ma we na ye kasa na obof kwasia kro we ekura wunye dru 30 years grandpa ya adom ena nyame adum o boni nyi because of nyame adum onyi because the system is good. Then, so if you go to the white man's country, they grow 100 years, 91 years. Yeah, hatana we are so or pre-war crown because system number who rough from sir. Boni ko ye wu kwase wo. And say money be na Ghana mako wa omunya bi ye no no hwem brafo ni ade. Omunyi Ghana me run away. Akoyensa for you to nkwa na keka okro mu. Ghana me run away.
What ye eton kan, what on kuto, what on sa.
They come chiramo. Someone bien money. Now someone tears someone kana. You die and die again.
Wonderful.
The way and manner in which you die, even if reincarnation exists, it is not possible for you to reincarnate. I'm telling you. Why is that?
And I say, yes, only 40 years a year, my Ghana president. I was here, so yeah, share what Ghana say. So when this is a year, my Ghana so.
How they say I would be 40 now? To me, the Ghana so.
When you 40 years, I say to me because Usa, we need a year, but Aquala 16 years, 8 me. Yeah, and Maraman the Kwame to Tibawa Ghana 18 years.
Okay, so now you've raised that. So now, no, that is also needs to be on our agenda about.
The next year, you don't talk about it. The next year, you make the baby. Yes, you better.
Okay.
The next year, Yvonne, meaning said maybe you might like to talk about it or not. Let's go. This man here is called Otumfour or say Tutu. 23 years on the golden stool. 23 years. And he is proud, taking pictures with the family in the fee and going to Asida, Thanksgiving in some churches, thanking God, being on the stool for 23 years. Yvonne, kakra ben na pesa o kafa ho na ko na nka me chairman.
I'll pass. I'll pass.
Talk.
I don't know what to say.
You fear?
No, it's not that. If his people are okay with it, who am I?
All right.
Don't come here.
Then I need to bye you now. So what's your last word that you want to say? Bye
everyone.
Hi everyone. Also. And take good care of yourself. Yeah.
Bye. Right.
And
right.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you, Yvonne. Why are dear pass Chairman? My sister was or shy type. And Unipanu, dear now
David, 23 years on the golden stool. Otumfour say to why be because Obaya no say wa boma menhia ye dua alone kakra o menhia nim and Obaya so no ye dua lawns ye grass kakra o menhia nim ho aha na say menhia gata no say we biem kakra say da bi so betimi afem and I say wa boma eyi so koso kumase pa ye block kwan de ye kwaje loan de ye aha and say we di anniversary ahodo say so there osai Bitcoin lord and oton Bitcoins open gold coin ato Otumfour say to obenya Bitcoin obenya gold coin we crab the a higher version of Bitcoin we your friend gold coin otoba ko a usika ina ya bro ATM think asa na wa ye bi na so enyoma na ye no me ameti hayi met me the only 2 months ayesa nyoma.
Wonderful.
If given the chance, and your man and I Otumfour say to I in 23 years, if I'm given the chance, I can use only 2 months to achieve Sandman Awayano. Oh, Kasana a big bisa say we don't pay taxes to Otumfour. Of course we know. That is why we don't blame Otumfour for everything. But what we are saying is yes, we don't pay taxes to the king, but the king receive high royalties, Sabi. Your hene. Na se wahindie na awudi no wa nko ofo krabu nyamfa so bia mfiri so na wahindie no fa so bia ni so oyo hene na se wahindie na awudi no wo ankasa o mindful ukrom for asantefo enyamfa so bia mfiri so na wahindie eso ni mfa so bia o se ka ye point pa tu kra yu firo na nka ye hu se na ye Ghana ina ya ban bia se da bia nka ye blaming penimfo a na ye timi a blaming aban ko without blaming the king or any chief ensa se hye wonsa Unim sa uko kumasi adumu a so se we dum ni adayo media adayo wo kumasi na Otumfour jiska ho wajiska yana me ya say most Ghanaians are not thinkers. We are more emotional than thinkers.
Apart from say abanaje tax free stores na wo kano what would that word dum bia no say yes wa ho aboanse na say kumasi nyina so wo ho ntokua yes na say afia so ye gi ntokua to ene say a ye ba ye kan empoma dodo a wo dan no ho enti say wo mpoma ye tena yes na say tua say ni agi nyina de akoma no.
David Otumfour said to be there in 1998 if I'm not wrong. That's when Otumfour Opokuwari died. And Otumfour be there. Wako more than 20 years, 23 years in need. And it's a year number 74. Minimum do Otumfour pa mahini de mo fe ni agro. Now, so for once in your life, put your ahidie aside, put your tribalism aside, put your obsession over Otumfour aside, and speak the truth. Say Otumfour baye. Common Kumasi menka santemai. Common Kumasi menka Kumasi na common menshia ne bro no so menshia. Dia mpuntu nyuma na Otumfour dia ba menshia. Nia wonimu ne kasa kese to. Nia wonimu ne Rolls Royce. Nia wonimu anya brocha kwanyaba. Enti wotu kwan ko ba no.
Na fanche de no papa kwala die pasoso.
Ah, all 2 point now or banti. David, Otumfour who the way a binum says your mind so. Otumfour who the way a binum he. Me a metias and come your henny, and I make us a busmi bia, minya royalties of 1 billion Ghana cedis. And I don't mind spending more than half of it to enhance the living standards of my people. Ask yourself, Otumfour, don't tell me Otumfour education fund, dysfunctional, juma. Sa education fund in Amoka Mwasem, or the GC de put the bottom and baby. How many children are Otumfour taking care of in Ghana? How many children?
Minchawano, Abrofubi the Sika Breno, ebe share sa education fund num. Omo ba actually ba begusa Otumfour yes nana enyan konta Otumfour ahini no amamra ni kire se onyan konta ntiro bi anti ontumi nyan konta no msisa yo ya dase no mo da na omani na pa omokoye na Otumfour enkwa na ohina obetu kwan a okọ se despite se oni maskafo no mokuma se no me ko yi South Africa ko din kra ni bia ba 500 million na ya de abere na that's why ona number me ko yi na say ya nya ma no kra nya ni 300 ni 200 million or the kodi cha keke
Otumi kra fi Ghana asesa entwini go plane mu ene na brafo di na chiko full plane ko UK say okodi akwaside
okodi akwashe ai awukudai
we say bibini pa ho ko say yasaye na line so him change so machine nanki amaso brum pranaka yani tie na yeti and the you so fast as so the year pa ya cleanse the land cleanse biasi na ye jim ye are unprecedented
to make okodi akwashe when neat and
Queen Elizabeth
from get one asisa omo ma na omo fa ase akogua bruchire ho and omo bere
Queen Elizabeth Oba Ghana was Kwame Nkrumah's time. If you are Oba Ghana PM. Now so ask yourself how many years, and I said within a year how many times that Otumfour to for UK? Won't tell you Queen Elizabeth. First time when Oba Ghana was Kwame Nkrumah's time. Akwa Queen Elizabeth and you know say you go find Kwadako na kwa home. Hey Queen Elizabeth, English brony. Hey Queen Elizabeth, baba na ya fear se call that Jimmy and cross for the grandson. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth, ya fear se bua. And they welcome Queen Elizabeth. How many years in the sense Kwame Nkrumah died? Queen Elizabeth on see Ghana bien. Ba Otumfour dia kwanyaba UK, London, or cover the bia or cover to the sense. O me fa ne ncheni na brafo di na chisa okọ UK akodi akwaside. Say oko into the history of akwaside. Akwaside is something which should not even be celebrated outside the shores of the Ashanti Kingdom. Oko UK because akwaside has got to do with appeasing the gods of Eye Asanteman. Ye gun sa onkonya so na UK UK no kwa akunya ben na okọ chese money. You see, Otumfour can say, "Oh no, who must pin cry and top from a blounty." Meaning, I never saw now. It is a Otumfour punisi car or the babua. Otumfour kasa kumasi 40 Ghana 40. Nanuyana or commanding a Otumfour man in us obiam prepare no more. Me say within less than 2 hours, a duni now may say fine. Yet you got a simu be biamu you feel nephew. Why can't the king talk? Why can't the king talk? Because obviously, the king is receiving certain benefit from the government. Therefore, say Nana Kasa unim say you better again they say or not NPP or not a good father memo or not party A or party B. Therefore, the king better keep quiet. and you know keep enjoying Sanimana onya free government than to come out and speak the truth. Eti say more hene overlord of the Asante kingdom, which means the sinable and I'm me and I'm tell also and I heard or tell also na me or tell also na me. Oh, yeah, where the cow? Or tell also na me or tell also na or tell also na and then for so pain amunya free so meaning who and for so amunya free to for so. As at my 23 good years. 23 years ago now we are having covered 23 years. A 23-year-old person is an old person when you in a near few or your youth. Otumfour transatlantic for 23 good years. A dear bear impuntu. A dear improvement and a abas antimine. All of you ask yourself. Also, Nina so free year obsession. We tell you ahini ne sabio mano bibia ni a ye yakoma ne di nyoba echi yan fire dream ni nyansa because so what dream ni nyansa ni bibia echi a se sa bibi ni nkoyi a utimi hu eka ho ase na so so de wakoma edi bibia echi a abribia no se sa je no po say crampo uhu. That is why they say love is blind. They say love is blind because if you overly love somebody, even if things are going wrong, you don't see it. And on that, has something for any you can say hypocrisy nyacho.
I say nyacho na Queen Elizabeth ba kumase no. So I'm around about yes do one say this is garden pity.
Yeah. When that sambre na oba ya ne say na so am run about the tears say sa na tear. I feel that someone is here, someone here in touching the whole fly over. So I'm runabout has been there for more than 40 years. Because of the Otumfour, because and now Otumfour there no go area, and Otumfour there no taxi man, and Otumfour there David. Why don't you concentrate on the leadership? And Otumfour. Say na mo peno. Okotana broche na obae e na obehu say Kumase nso ko na nimu a anka ho na woni no free abroche ba you be proud to call yourself
asante nyina ya ne dia enti obi a adenti ode ne nsasi ne bo na kro ne nkoso ya elsa mekobo obi somo o se ya ne dia wodi a wodi na waye
ye ka ne ho asemu a na kwasi ampani bia kwose concrete e de gu bucket mu e de friends iron rod ashe mfimfin abon kwasi abon abegina ho treti ohene bi a ono kanya sasem sada ya Otumfour de ye don't know me don't know ye nta Otumfour na me be platina me don't know oh na me don't know me kan kwasi asem no wonder say mukrom I confirm akokra butimi ko say the war in the entire region because some of you won't rain I confirm back on me kum ho no for Otumfour don't know
I say this is so free yendi toilet ni wonti edura nyumire ebosesi abeti ya tenye ya bunye ya ichege yo no man kwa cheke no ye cheso mo kone
adara we catch you say Ghana I confirm back to me cause ntokwama eno kra bunye say yenya natofo ni UN for besiesie no. Oh yeah, what's true? It's David 23 years of being on the golden stool. And I say Otumfour say to Adibako pe and I made the kind of say that or your Bitcoin God. No, you'll be able to delete the good coin. Open scar the schedule the Otumfour fan on the second draw. Obama is here. You got Bitcoin the second draw. For one better four. I done one, I done two. Sister maybe I go pretty. What you see? Kumasi be the Otumfour. Me show Otumfour Kumasi either. Some crab be a Kumasi hoto side. And one would you have bro? Ye na yenim no kwakubia, why name kwakubia? Otumfour de kwakubia. Why name kwakubia? Yenim kwakubia, okadina Canada na adi bag. Why name no? This is why we Masantima history. Otumfour boku ante so nye nim Kumasi Matina Kumasi ya minim Kumasi ye uni Kumasi ncheme. Otumfour nya hwe me na me ka mechira opa shipo. Otumfour nya hwe go and bend the ocean. Otumfour nya hwe. Asa me ko say ye to the grand fish. Ye to the graphics of Grandma Capo, he remind Otumfour your henny.
Otumfour yo.
Yeah, Paul Henry or bet me you know, Kumasi something mine near the next so Otumfour near Kumasi. And then why? Onye Foko. Onye she. Nya Kumasi Tiana Tia Utu point for 100 years. Over Kumasi the same thing. Nothing has changed.
The table. Asia say crossing the canino. A bini and a nipati mo Kumasi. Bolem and a nipati. Correct, I say about asthma one attack. Asthma storm attack. And I chinipa. Nina if
within a span of 50 years, and Dubai, Dubai for you so just 50 years to get to where they are getting to. 23 years minus 50 years minus 23 years. 27 years. Otumfour when you almost half of a fear Dubai for the transform in Dubai. And then what you like? Mostly because I know. Sabi kwasiamrane and I know ebesine you go swani power pakemu a traditions a customs ni aswani pa
ubetimi atoponko e de
samre wudi nta ni aswani pa David samre wudi nta ni aswani pa ni aswa ohini because na car ni ho it is a kwa akwa na no wani ontimi nante then this year swa no se na be ya ne ho be ha because ontimi nante wa emere eti ni aswa no enti eneka ba uda Rolls Royce mu etiement no se aswa o
ai
ene wan ya swa bi ase
kwasia
na kwabra ne de ntoma bonimu no osne yonko nipa se amamro we yentu jinio yentu amamro we yentu jinio chema free mind amamro jimi e to tren masa fioko amamro e faso ni so to tren amamro e jimi akeka amamro e to tren su enyansa amamro e to tren ne wi ase ba bi wi ase adrena amamfo na to misase no enra ya na Kim Jong then the nuclear weapons na be good no show wi ase nyase se mu nyina so mu jimi these are the weapons I have kele bi wi ase do to say amamro we yentu chinio amamro jimi so yentu tren amamro faso ni so yentu amamro faso ni so yentu tren mo yare o amamro yentu chinio free mind yentu chinio amamro ye pia na tesuo de fia na pia jimi
free mind unim say na ura ayi ahemfie ho a afahye na ekoso dwumadie bia ekoso no say uni kwan say we you phone etwa o because of that purpose yes o de koma o hene David wa aboa kan fa phone che
na say apart from opera abosom plan pe camera kan it na ye twa ye na nam picture o say o be ma ne sunsum nyina as it abosom plan pe camera na ye jimi ya no ye jimi ya But I come to me, ye Jimmy Yache. Men and me nana mammy. A men and counsel. Mametono, me buy ye. Nim funny crab man who because I see now a picture. Yes, what I bet you say. Nim soon you now be signed to one picture that. Jimmy say na ye that's name one the best in a youth to teach Jimmy amamro yentun chinio David amamro yentun chinio amamre faso ni so to twene ye tie aso yete so so Jimmy faso ni so to twene
wonim ne ya youth ye pam Otumfour free Canada want to make obi say what is our history no
my meaning na me say enya nsem bia na ye ka enya nsem dina na ye ka ene Otumfour to me ko Canada or your bema ura Canada ye be che I'm say me a bear man ko Ghana and I me to say me ni Otumfour e da Otumfour betu ni 9 atmiasi Canada no me say me date ya me du Ghana time I me du Ghana ina betu da Otumfour microphone ina momla be share me e or the same airport ontimi ko obeda ko ontimi obeda ko when I cause a chin and can na ways I make a chin of crowd because show silent when I cause a chin because Sheso sala ko na sumkra. E dey no you asantime. Otumfour say tu. E dey no you asantime.
Ne kwati anu na ye ne de bebrebe ntiti firi na ni so. E twede en kwa na. Oyin ne be no.
Mo plan operate na mo bre no. O so say e na bumpanifo na bumpanifo. E mpanifo nkwa de kami bua ge da. E na be kami kire mo. Kami bua ge e kampanifo we ya. Kami bua ge da. Whichever God will cut my life short, will cut my life short. I don't care. I don't even aspire to live too long. Me come and pay you to be grisa. Men come and drink. Over 50 years, men come and find home. When I will pay you, Niche. Ubeba. So person Niche. Men pay more life. Over my pioneer was Samado, and I'm your class prefect, or I'm your go, this old guy, with a Tranat. Over to my Samado, go off, over now, 3 miles the prefect or Samado. What one has a moon quantum penograna, and I'm going to and then we are snack, and we are getting now, Quabrani Sunipa Dentese, the Fukutu Namoso, Saramlo and Tonchene. I can't remember where I'm getting. No one does that.
What's your deep massive for Abro Pan? When you be a few, I was very sad, say, year 2 Central Market for Edward Marco Race Course. Na Otumfour to me can and Otum. One shall make massing penny for a game before, and yes, ye bear Biampo our race course. I ma a daddy fui. Ye 2 or modium cook was a guy. What my Jimmy Antino Otumfour and as a penny for on your pen of the omo. Wouldn't him say, or more uncas and the air prapra baby a cotton. Ah, no, we are tall, no manamati, Jim. Almost I attack you. Not near me answer, who are here now, yes, ye attacks a mount. I do not just you. And I said, I don't know him, or a number, body him, or a number, Kauru him, or a number, or Giaji Toma in a free. I didn't try Ghana for. Mameka went to Ghana for. Nature connected to now your swa and him for Apakan once and there. And Tokoya echoes to Russian troops around Ukraine. Vladimir Putin is still in touch with the Russian troops because there is communication technology. The Russian president doesn't need to be on the field to communicate with the soldiers. He can talk to them online via their communication system. But it's not sad. It's not or he is the commander in chief. Or he also when you not to penny for 90,000 kilometers. 50 kilometers. How can the thing work? Therefore, Yansua or Hinenua Pakemusane Baya, at least now Pomu Day, so you bet me a one, and no nearby Yana Yaswa and him for ever Yibo, Abakemu, and Naka Baboto Kasakesi, and Namuda Rose Racimu, and Namuda Benzimu, and Namuda Huamu. So why are they still carrying the kings and queens in palanquins? A kept tradition. And I'm saying, also that the youths are not even so much interested in African customs and tradition because we have not made them look attractive to the modern generation. Now, tradition basically, you go to swat the power. Why any actually? Why you know, Massa? What time like about Bonasumu, my master, what you comfort and piano? I say, well, fuck you. I say, what, motherfucker, you know, motherfucker, you know, so if you don't rebrand it, yeah, they are Western influence there, a right worry. That is what I want us to understand. They say, yeah, they are Western influence there, a right worry. So we cannot entirely do away with it, but we can contain it, we can contain it by rebranding our cultures to suit the modern generation. And so basically, I can't practice in Kuma and I be who now I'm about Ghana call Confederate sword site. Confederate sword site, I think say G one. Yeah, Quanica history now say, Saw the way Obian fan in San Canada will appear to me too, because the right number to know you are uprooting the unity of the Asante Kingdom. Therefore, nobody can bring out this. And I make sure they say, my men try and share or say, I did also appear to me too. Me fianga way, my men try and share now, me problem now, so me and David didn't come David, me boost from the two. Now, David didn't come because I didn't bet me at two. Many a make younger man cry and a man try, and not just a coso a fake. And I am who at your group depending soon as something, and as something can know, and I'll come up a pimbia mache, who come up in my pimbia ma. We are no longer in the days of fighting. Timunya sans and coming out a pimbia ma, Monsier Kumasi, Monsier, my and no one some yaka, I'll go up my pimbia, a pimbia and the free never. And I used to be a new already so Democrat, so nobody is ready to fight. Develop your region, develop your kingdom. And no one said I can say, come on, take a person, genius. I don't know. Choco. Yeah, man. Yamfazia, Yakasa, one of these semi a chat on Yanko. Why?
David, me chat one now, me American say, yes, yeah, Yakasa say, you boo be an imtia and answer. We are targeting a tribe or any party. No, no crime. A river does not flow through a forest without pulling down trees. I am like a river. David is like a river. We are flowing through the forest of corruption, mismanagement, underdevelopment, stupidity, folly. Therefore, a dear be a obstacle, a dear be a hindrance to the progress and development of Ghana, and we are going to hate it. We are Santinia, you will hate it if it gets to you. We are Capimia, you will hate it if it gets to you. We are Benia, you will hate it if it gets to you. No matter who you are, this account one of a Janish Wabeba. I'm coming to a Janish Wabeba. Into a Casamontias, yes, aha, Yellow favoritism, Waha, Massa, Ohoba, Rebecca, once Maya, Modi, Menka, Wasem. There are so many, Mamenfa Asofo for example. There are so many Asofo in Ghana. Why? Because their matter haven't come to my desk. Me want someone may go through. Niameka Huasem for the day, then Yamenka Huasem. Miss Kosa and take okay, and the program when I may. It is a whole Ghana here, so moody Amaza. Men from the Gaza and free mind, I take it easy now. And as on the phone, tribal now, Maza. You see the reality and the reality changing. Forget about something here. Oh, he money homework dear or see a can. Oh, he no or money homework dear or see a can. Or let us dissolve the chieftaincy system in Ghana and be more government. If you are the end of your bar by the Chinese, say your bar by nature.
Papa, way. Or no, I mean, he said, so was so dear fashion be near dear. Where your friend or him?
Yeah. We may. Time one me pen answer your sorry now kind of pressure Ghana for the BB say na ye pe wo your here support a good cause. On support you financially cry at least can cry and one year shall be here usika. Yes, stress will be yes stress sika with social media. Me make say we am in stress